You want to know how silly I am? The name of this track is Birds, September by Kaddisfly that we're listening to. And I am so David Sylvian pilled, and he's my favorite artist of all time, that I just see the word September in the title. And before recording, I just started singing the song. I just started singing September by him, and that just leads into other things. Anyways, hello, everyone. Welcome on back. I hope you're having a phenomenal day out there, wherever you are. Of course, I appreciate you being here. As like I said, today we're listening to Kaddisfly. We're going to be checking out the track Birds with September in the parenthetical afterwards, coming off of their album Set Sail the Prairie, their third studio album released in 2007. We are giving this a listen, checking it out as it was suggested and sponsored by Dustin. Dustin, thank you so much for the request and for the support. I appreciate that. I can't say that I've heard of the band, so this would be completely new in one way or another. So what do you say we go ahead and dive on in, set out our glue trap to catch this fly. You don't want to set out a glue trap to set birds. That's inhumane. Okay, let's just listen to the song. We'll go from there. Bird sounds like a little synth or something.
Last night I was inspired. She affected me like sunlight.
I love how high that guitar is. I love the pitch on that. See where it goes. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. Okay, we're gonna talk about this after. I like these little electronic elements that are kind of sprawling about. I love that guitar squealing in the back. Yeah, there's that first change, hitting that alt direction. love that. That's pretty good. Ah, man. It's an interesting change from what just preceded it. Interesting. A little bit back with sound effects. Huh. I needed a 30-second teaser of the next song. Okay. I want to talk about this one. I want to talk this one through. I'm very curious as to how, like, it's my first time hearing the band. Ooh, but we're going to talk about it. But I'm really curious as to how maybe some of you guys, some of my usual viewers and subscribers feel about this. Because I can guarantee, like, I'm going to feel a certain way about this, perhaps differently than others. Okay, this takes me back. This sound takes me back to high school, to college. I was listening to a ton of music like this. When it comes to this, I'm putting this on my playlist. This was a really, really brilliant track. I enjoyed that a lot. When it comes to this particular sound, this kind of post-hardcore, alt-rock kind of sound of this era, the early 2000s and beyond, I love heaviness mixed with ambience. And so for me, growing up, bands that really hit that were bands like Deftones, and we're getting a little more niche here, and some aspects of like Trust Company, and there's other bands that are just kind of escaping me right now off the top of my head, to be honest. But I've always loved bands that do that. For example, a more modern band that does that is Tesseract, right? They have very, very heavy sections, but also just beautiful kind of melodies that are juxtaposed with that. And the music here, not exactly, but in some ways does remind me a little bit of Hope's Fall, a little bit of Hum, who we've covered here, just because of that ambience. Okay, I love everything about this. This is nostalgic to me. It's a banger of a song, and when it gets into the chorus, it feels great, incredibly satisfying. It's peaking, but then what do? They push that. Instead of going back and flowing back into the verse or something, which is fine, they eventually do that. They push it even further. And that's so fantastic how they do that. And kind of play with, at least to me, the expectations when it comes to structure in the music. Now, on the Wikipedia page here, I don't have who's in the band. Yes, sir. I don't have who's in the band. So let's click on the page for the band here. I'm assuming that everyone here, as I don't see like a past members and present members, I'm assuming everyone here in the band is who's playing in the album that we've listened to, or at least the song from the album that we've listened to. Okay, if that's the case, and I'm assuming Christopher Ruff is lead vocalist, really, really, really like his vocals. They fit in so perfectly in here. They are emotional. They hit the same delivery style as Chino from Deftones. Not his voice, not saying it sounds like him, because he doesn't. Christopher sounds nothing like Chino, but the delivery, that very dramatic and emotional kind of expression, can kind of lean into a harder post-hardcore kind of sound, but still very much kind of step back into something and maybe more ambient soaked, or, kind of reverb soaked, and kind of like a shoegaze kind of sound, like hitting all those particular styles. Really, really fantastic. The guitar, you have Aaron Tollefson and then Kelsey Cuther on the guitars. And once again, the heaviness, but also the ambience that they bring. I love also how this track has a lot of little electronic elements that are strewn throughout in a very, very minimal way. And even the tone of the guitar almost has a little bit of electronic-like padding to it, which almost sounds somewhat synth reminiscent. So I love that high pitch when he's squealing on that thing. Sounds like you're just stepping on a mouse's tail or something. It's really, really awesome. And you know what? The thing about this track is also that as it moves through the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and I don't know, the part after the chorus, whatever it is there, or maybe that's the chorus, it always feels incredibly euphoric as well. This feels like fireworks going off in slow motion to listen to. It is absolutely fantastic. And okay, the drumming also. Drumming is going to be performed by Bu Cuther, and then some of the extra percussion is also handled by Kelsey Cuther. And I like how the drumming plays to the song, but there's little bits, there's little details in which you could tell the drummers expressing themselves a little bit more. So in the beginning of the track, playing the hi-hats, just kind of skittering on them a little bit more in a tapping kind of way rather than just playing the straight meter. That's the first thing. Some of those fills that he's playing, you also get that exact kind of feeling from it, right? So I really like how, yes, you're going to play to the song. You're going to play those heavy sections heavier. You're going to play the lighter sections lighter. But adding just a little bit of nuance, a little bit of individualism, like something characteristic in there to just separate it a little bit. And that's phenomenal. Kyle Brewer is handling the bass, and that thing is deep. When it comes to not only that big pounding, throbbing bass kind of sound and the pulse of it as it vibes throughout the music, you want that to feel heavy, and he brings a very certain weight in here. I'm going to pull up the track here real quick. And obviously the track led into the next track, which was Clouds, because that ending completely shifted away from the music that was established before with Birds. And so it definitely felt like it was in a transitional phase there. Okay, I'm pulling up Birds here again. Obviously, you got the little bird sounds, which sound kind of keyboard manipulated kind of esque. As soon as I hear this kind of sound with the riff beginning, we're moving in a very, at least sound wise, early 2000s, mid 2000s kind of rock style, right? Cool. Let's keep going. Okay. I love that. And how the volume pulls up and pulls down. It's just a really, really nice texture of ambience going on beneath just the obvious, what's on top. Okay, like I said, I love this guitar. That is euphoric when I hear that guitar. God, this is good. I'm skipping. This is big, right? Feels really, really good. Just I like how it's heavy, but it's also just so mellow. And here's your resolution at the end. And there's your end of the cycle. So 2 minutes and 29 seconds into the track, you've gone through your first cycle, of course, with the intro, the verse, the chorus, and etc. And then it's going to do that one more time before you get the outro, which, like I said, definitely changes the sounds quite a bit. We get this little percussive sound coming in, some vocals happening in the back, a different kind of ambience, twanging up the guitar, and it just bangs, bangs, bangs up into clouds. This is good. This is good. Last night I was inspired. I was just looking at the artwork here. Last night I was inspired. She affected me like sunlight, providing vitamins necessary for survival. A bit of that vitamin D. Her name was a foreign sky painted in auburn. Her voice was the air enveloping my back, neck, and face. Her motion was tactful and engaging. I like how, he's saying her. Of course, the first thing when I think of that is, a romantic partner of sorts or just someone you're very interested in. But the track is also called Birds. So this could be a very descriptive kind of way of course, discussing birds. Or it could also be a personification of September and the feelings of September. Early autumnal onset. As we said a prayer, the night gave us a song and gave us a voice, so we sang along. As the melody closed, ooh, this was so good when I hit this part. As the melody closed, so did our eyes. The song stole our heart rhythms, though we did not die alone, because we were together. Last night I became overwhelmed by the moon, but it was only her. Full of light, full of magic, nurturing the sky. We hung on each note and rested our heads, counting the question marks inside each other's eyes. I like that. It's almost like just looking into each other's eyes and searching for an answer behind the question marks in their eyes. And what will that answer lead to between them? I waded out of a golden ocean, but left my body way back in the sea. Still, her motion was tactful and engaging. What a wonderfully poetic way to write about either this other person, or like I said, personifying either birds themselves or September, or maybe the track is comparing her to a bird in a most beautiful way, or comparing her to September in the most beautiful way, or it could go in many different directions. But regardless, this is an absolutely fantastic track. Hey, I'm getting a spam call from California. Can't say I know anyone over there. Hello? No? You don't want to talk? Okay, I was gonna chat with them. I was gonna ask them if they've ever heard of Kaddisfly, but I suppose they didn't want to talk to me. Okay, yeah, really fantastic track here. I was trying to get some info on this. Each song represents both a month of the year and a specific location in the northern hemisphere. There's 2 extra tracks for the summer and winter solstices. Man, this was really good. This was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm thinking about it still. I want to play it again. Hope that you guys, of course, enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you all being here. Dustin, thank you so much for the request. Fantastic listen. Really enjoyed that. Hope you all have a wonderful one. And I'll see you later. Bye.